And we are live. Thank you for joining us on our Weird West Wednesday. It has been a minute since we have convened here at Lore, ladies and gentlemen. My wife's sister's wedding spiraled rapidly out of control, turning into a fiasco that made her cry more than once over the previous week. Thusly, I was embroiled in that, and I can assure you, dear viewer, that that is not my wheelhouse. That is not how I wanted to be spending my time at all. But we're not doing that now. What we are doing is venturing into the weird west, the twisted confines of the channels of the Great Maze, as our posse of adventurers sets off on a cruise towards destiny. Before we get there and recap, little bit of housekeeping. We are currently looking for a Buccaneer for our Tuesday night show. We are keeping the applications open till Friday, at which point we will be closing them down and assessing our pool of applicants. If you would like to be considered, join the Discord and hit me up for a application. You can find the Discord by going !Discord, a Buccaneer, believe it or not. So $2 a person. But, yeah, because, it's a Buccaneer.
But what if you have one?
Well, then your paintings won't be recognized until after your death, unfortunately. But you will be considered like a master. At any rate, come join us. We're looking for a pirate on Tuesday nights. It's going to be fantastic. Don't wear a MAGA hat. We're not a very Trumpy community, and as these times coalesce into kind of a laser point, it has become clear that if you want to kick it, you probably shouldn't be either. But that being said, here we are in the Weird West, where Trump's father is just now fleeing from his home country to avoid being pressed into military service. His grandfather, that's who it is. There we go. Yes, Fred Drumpf, I believe, Friedrich Drumpf. But that's, he doesn't feature in our story. Who does feature in our story is our just wacky ass. You know what? It has been so long that I'm going to have everybody give a little character recap. In character, of course. So what I want from you, each individually, is how you would describe yourself as the character, what you're wearing, aesthetics, right? And then, of course, with the description, I would like you to embody the persona so that the audience there could get a flavor, like a little sample, a little taste, a little splash, right? We're going to gild the lily here a little. Who'd like to go first?
Well, I certainly can, if that's the way of things.
Edward William Henry Somerset, who I still think needs an Esquire.
Perhaps I'll get there someday. Perhaps, sir, if all goes well. Yes, I am Edward William Henry Somerset. I am in the line of House Somerset, descended from House Plantagenet. I forget how that one actually goes out of character, but yes, I was raised in British aristocracy, but a little bit far out to inherit any actual titles. I have a distant cousin who is the Duke of Beaufort, but I am certainly not up for that anytime soon. So instead, I joined the cavalry, was sent off to Afghanistan, where I served for, not a long time, if I'm being frank, but I left off from there, headed through the Orient, through India, Burma, all the way into China, took a freighter from there to the maze, the Great Maze of California, and as part of that, I joined up with the Explorers Society, a somewhat bizarre society investigating the weird in this world, and especially the weird in the West.
So, in traveling through second opium, war? What's the time period? It's a bit of a...
There aren't any opium wars going on right now. We are currently, I believe, wrapping up the Zulu War, and of course, we are entrenched within the Second Anglo-Afghan War, which I was a part of.
There we go. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Edward William Henry Somerset, Esquire. You know, that's just my flair again. You know, you know. Excellent. Thank you very much for that. Yes. Oh, and your visual description, sir. What are you?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, yes. Rather, I think it would be fair to say British-looking fellow with a long face, blue eyes, brown hair, a flat cap not unlike my own here, with the red sort of tailcoat, the khaki jodhpurs, very much a riding outfit. He was in the cavalry, but also he was quite the avid fox hunter back on the manor. So
sticks out like a goddamn sore thumb here in the dusty confines of the Weird West, frankly.
Something to that effect.
Most people don't wear bright red in the Great Maze for reasons that, are just easy to spot, is all I'm saying.
I mean, speaking of sticking out like a sore thumb.
That's right. A little more poker hall, though, yeah?
He's flamboyant a bit with his purple coat and his green vest and his poker chip, which may or may not glow occasionally and may or may not have different things going on with the little skull or the gates that are on the other side of it. Francis Angel Grayson, who only goes by Grayson and tells nobody his first or middle name. He's a bit of a gamer. He's a bit of a fighter, a little bit of a lover.
Xbox or PlayStation?
You know, whatever. I mean, back then, what are we dealing with? Like Atari?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the Atari 200. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, so he's kind of a curious individual, and he does a little bit of magic stuff. He was guided by his uncle, who turned out to be not so good of a person. And he had some very unsavory friends. And now he's just kind of out there dealing with all the strange stuff that the Weird West throws at him.
Now, it's funny that when you mention that you do magic, because you do magic all the time, right? You do magic in bars, you do magic in streets, you do magic in front of agents, you do magic in front of Texas Rangers, you do magic in front of little kids, you do magic in front of metal men. I mean, I think you undersold the magic bit, because if our dear viewers were to watch back through the last handful of episodes, well, they've seen a whole lot of very public magic, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, you know, over the last, I don't know, how long we've been traveling recently?
Oh, shit now. That's an excellent question. With Eddie here, Slick Eddie, just a couple of days. You know, maybe a week total. But the few of you together, a couple of months now. You've been on the road since, at least a month since you got with Gentry now, north of Los Angeles.
It's showing. I mean, Grayson, you know, he's got the stubble going on, and his clothes were already a tad bit threadbare, and you know they're dusty to boot. But people are going to notice that there's been a little bit of a change with Grayson. He might have some different symbols carved into his own peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we'll see what happens.
In fact, he very well may. Speaking of people that are really fond of public displays of magic, I mean, Gentry, your very first deal was like, hey, look at this Inquisition here. I'm going to teleport in front of them, and then I'm going to shoot them with some magic bullets, and then I'm going to teleport behind them, and I'm going to know Luke shoot this one with a bullet that bends around the corner. I mean, you have been pretty, blam blam with the old magic bullets and the bamfing specifically here.
There's one thing I know.
Oh,
We got a
whoa, you're like,
voice mod on there.
yeah,
If
Wow.
there's one thing I know,
yeah, there we go.
every moment in your life is do or die. When I was a child, things were a little bit easier, but I didn't realize the truth of the world. And certain people made the decision to do. They died so I can live. And I won't throw it away on holding back. I'm just a simple boy from back east, the South. Some may know I'm from the Carolinas on account of my accent. There's a man by the name Gibbs I knew, and he knew me. I'm still wrestling with the idea of letting his soul rest in peace, but I know that's not true. All you need to know about me is I'm just a colored boy from the South, out west to get my freedom. I
And
look like what you see here. Got my hat, I got my bullets. Some of them may be carved with some runes, some may not. And my magic, if you're on the wrong side of me, will be the last thing you ever see.
this has proven apt. He has been the only thing really to penetrate the icy veil now of Grayson has been, or excuse me, Gentry Owens has been, well, the tusks of the squat pump hog Jennifer that disemboweled you that one time. All these gunmen haven't had a single thing on that one inbred squat pump hog woman a few weeks back that strung out your guts along the inside of that barn. Outside of that, you've been a cold, grim killer. But
It's a valuable lesson in holding back.
it's true.
Don't.
Hold back. If you see a pig woman, you kill her dead.
Oh, yeah. She's all 500 pounds of her charging at you, she'll
Yeah.
gobble you up real quick.
Man, we didn't
Excellent.
eat any of that pork either. Sad.
Well, not really sad. Yeah, no, abstain from cannibalism or near cannibalism, especially the further north you get. But that leaves, last but not least, a man who doesn't use magic at all. I mean, that would be uncouth, right? But rather magnifies the spiritual energies that are manifest ambiently through the love of God with a series of devices and gizmos, like the one that he melted the face off of some dudes by speaking in the voice of God through opening a book that, Raiders of the Lost Ark to them.
So, a little description about this handsome young man. Dark blood,
Accurate,
Yeah.
please. Yeah.
dark bloodshot eyes hidden behind tinted spectacles, and an odd grayish pallor to his skin. He's adorned with a black leather Stetson and a duster, a handkerchief tightened right around his neck with a high collar to hide a neck wound. He also has a Masonic pin hidden on his lapel, vestige of his life back home. So, when I came to leave Deseret on a much requested mission to get away from the stifling church and aristocracy I was born into, I was known as Hiram Nephi McKell, bright-eyed, idealistic scientist, the love for God, and my mentor, Dr. Darius Hellstrom, which I was seeking to find one day, again. After losing a lot of dear friends and a lot of misadventures and fire starting, fortunately, I came to realize I was being tested. And an old idealized member of the church came to me one day and told me my mother wanted to speak to me. And well, I believe that this was a sign for God for good or worse. And that's when my true test began. And I was reborn as Johnny Prophet. That is when I came about my own self, assured of my abilities and forced to attempt to free my friends from prison. Went on the run changed my looks and everything about me. And now I'm walking the earth, gathering inspiration from scripture and text to bring a new testament to the people, one unified true faith, devoid of all the half-truths and wrongness of each individual religion, creating one perfect one that the world can get behind one day.
What have you come up with a name for? Is this like Neo-Mormonism? What is the doctrines?
Well, of all of the theology that's out there, Prophet knows he'll come to a name one day, but he's been tossing around an idea. Being a scientist of faith, he's kind of steering towards the idea of Scientology.
Yeah, that definitely. Yeah, no, yeah, that tracks. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, never mind. Moving on. There are gonna be people outside my house.
So to add on before I move on.
Yeah.
Here's a little tidbit about me. Sir Edward, or soon to be Sir, it's Plantagenet.
Appreciate it. I always get the syllables mixed up.
I had one of my aunts, she found a book called Shakespeare. She hid it away. She learned how to read it to us, so that's how I know that name.
Ooh, very nice.
Excellent. Yeah, he's more like a Saxe Noberg. He's no, dynasty puns. No, all right, we're moving on. So, I definitely didn't have that one locked and ready for a while. That's fine. I was, no. I wasted it. The moment was wrong. But so these weird motherfuckers have been through the ringer the last few weeks here. There was a fake bake robbery that they inadvertently foiled just trying to resupply in the small town of Cornflower Springs. Alright, that led them to the squat pump farm with the aforementioned disemboweling of Gentry Owens. The loss of one Bartholomew Higgs to several shotgun oh my god, they ground beefed him is what they did. In the squat pump manner proper. They thought they had licked the squat pumps, finally made their way back to Cornflower Springs, only to discover that another squat pump had run through with machinations of her own for vengeance. Oh god, what was it? Delilah Squat? It wasn't Delilah Squat Pump. It was better than that. Give me a second here. I know what it is.
Now, Squat Pump.
What was that?
She's dead now.
Squat Pump. Yeah, she's hole in her face Squat Pump. They managed to recover the entirety of the town's proceeds, along with the primitive sailing vessel that the folks have been using to engage in their acts of piracy along the Great Maze, right? And managed to, perhaps for the first time ever, not execute everybody and get somebody that knew how to operate the boat what's still alive to take them northward. Which, so these two fellers here are very grateful for being alive. But, so we have a bit of a moral dilemma now, don't we, folks? Because if you'll recall, you were promised X sum of money, right? $1,000 for said squat pumps, right? But it looks like there's about $1,750 here, all things said and accounted for. Which, would mean that you guys had your reward for taking care of the squat pumps, plus $750 of the town's coffers. That, said they were starting to get dyspeptic, there was a sickness starting to spread through the town. Probably need that for medicine.
It was $500 for her head.
Well, probably. That's debatable. No, you're right. You'd have to get back to town, though.
All right then.
Or maybe you guys weren't successful and you were just killed out here in the Great Maze and you sail on, extra money richer.
How long did it take us to get there again?
It
It
was
was only
about-
like half a day, right?
Yeah, half a day.
A few hours. Yep.
I feel like one of our more diplomatic of all of us should go back to town and see if we can convince the few stragglers left, which are the wife and child we brought and the sheriff. Any others?
Well,
Prophet, there should be a page in your book that you're writing, right? It says, "Don't split the party."
Yeah. Third commandment,
I will write that down.
Yeah, we should all go grab that woman and her child and see who they know up in this pirate town.
How can we guarantee these two fine gentlemen that we've threatened with death aren't just going to take everything and leave?
yes, I believe there is a flaw. Well, but while these are not exactly the most populated areas in the world, I do worry if we just leave a boat out here, it may not be here on our return. And that would put a right wrinkle in our plans. If it would be of some comfort, I would be willing to remain here with one of these fine gentlemen. You may take the other, that way they can't overpower me. And frankly speaking, I don't believe he can crew the thing by himself. And you can
There's
go
two of them,
retrieve.
aren't there?
Yes, you will be taking one. I'll have one here to prepare the boat so that we will be able to leave promptly when you return with the Sheila and her boy.
Excuse me, mister.
Yes, your name, sir.
Clyde.
Pleasure to meet you.
If you want to stay here, we're gonna have to do something with these bodies on account of what the predatorial instincts of the local fauna.
Well, yes, I believe, yes, absolutely.
By the way, for some reason I thought pirates would have a different accent.
Well, that's kind of stereotypical. You trying to put me in a box, mister? This is the Weird West. We channel pirates.
Oh,
We ain't like. I mean, it's 1880, mister. What I'm supposed to
the
have
stories
fuses
I've read
burning
back
in my
home.
beard?
I saw a play once and definitely a different accent.
I don't mean to
I'm a maze rat.
here, but the last pirates I saw, well, didn't look like this gentleman. So if they had the same accent, I would be rather surprised.
So why don't we let you field this? How would you like to do this?
Dump
Yes.
the bodies in the water. Keep moving.
That might
That is not advisable, sir. I'm just the water
I
would
suggest-
be the worst spot likely
Yes.
for them. They need to
Can
be
we burn them?
incinerated. Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm very good at this. Gather them into a pile.
Wait, you. All
A
right.
loop away, I believe, would be preferable.
Now, Johnny Prophet,
Yeah.
are you going to use Ghost Rock to start this fire?
It depends on how quickly I can get them going.
I mean, so
it's such a crutch to me. I mean,
they're human bodies, right? Like you need a good fire to incinerate them proper, right?
yeah.
And Ghost Rock, it's like Willie Pete. It keeps burning. Doesn't matter if it's inside them or not. That being said, we've already had a couple of issues now with the wind changing direction, or
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get one started without but just to be safe, let's get it as far away from brush into the sand, away from the boat as we can.
Yeah, all right, yeah, that's fair. It was a pretty good beachhead here. We had pulled up. Here, let's take a gander here at the old Mamperoony. Excellent. There we go. Yeah, there's plenty of sandy space here in which you could set a fire. Hell, you could toss them all in that tent there and light up the tent,
Actually, that would make it burn a lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start helping.
Excellent. So
Dead
yeah,
bodies.
I mean it's just 5 bodies, but I mean it is still gruesome, grisly work. You heap them in a pile there, and what are we using if not ghost rock to ignite these bodies on the sand in a tent?
How
Well,
about the
what?
tent?
I mean the tent's that's a good start. I'm not sure.
And we've got all this log over here. Can we
Yeah,
break off
yeah, you
bits
can
of the
definitely.
log?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I'll take my Bowie knife and start making shavings from some of the dry wood.
Yeah, whoever is breaking up that log, why don't you go ahead and give me a bigger roll? We've been in a gunfight, we've been traveling, now we're doing body moving and log break. I mean, this is getting on a
Just
day,
breaking
isn't it?
logs.
Yeah. Still, it's getting on a day.
I'm doing the fire and doing the whittling. Hal, come on over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm moving on these bodies. I already cut off that girl's head.
Go on, gentlemen. We need some help here. And I will pitch in with our 2 crewmen here.
Oh my, wow. Now, by pitch in, do you mean you just kind of roll up your sleeves and you stand there, like, pointedly, or are you actually...
As much as I can. I will make as much pretense of work as needed, but I am not a vigorous man.
Yeah. It's alright, the fellow helping passes through it. Alright there, sweaty at the end there. You guys got yourself a nice pie already, good to go. Now,
Okay.
the only other issue with a pyre, right, is that it tends to be this big fire, right? And people can see that for quite a ways, right? And then in addition to that, you happen to be burning a lot of hair, fat, clothes, this and that, right? That is a very black, oily. I don't know if you've ever smelled, like a pig going up in an incinerator, but it's a very distinct kind of,
This might work in our advantage. Perhaps the sheriff will think that we're sending up a signal, and he'll come down to investigate.
There
He's
you,
leaving that town alone.
He's not leaving.
there you go. You burn that pyre, and then you just leave the $250 with a little rock on top of it saying for sheriff,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But with that
Let's
consideration, it's fine. Yeah, you want to light it up, that's fine. When you do light it up, right, most of you are leaving, 2 of you are staying behind with this giant black oily smoke signal burning up into the horizon. But that's,
Did we bring a cart with us?
Indeed, we did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Could
we brought the
somebody
cart.
just take one of the... What are they, mules? Horses?
Mule.
Just load the bodies.
Well, I believe the idea is
they're all gone.
to load all the supplies as well.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
I just don't like this planning at all.
well, if you have something else you'd rather do, by all means. I just feel like this is the sensible way to go about things.
Sometimes the moral decision isn't the easy decision, guys. That seems like the life lesson here,
Sometimes you shouldn't let the overconfident guy plan.
Which one of you are the most apt at driving a wagon?
Which one of you wants to ride into Jerusalem? Just on the back of a mule. No, come on, guys.
I had epiphany last session. I don't have it this one.
Can
You know what? I got an
mules be
idea.
ridden? I don't even know.
Yeah, you can ride a mule. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Jesus
Gentlemen.
did it.
You told me you're a horseman. Ride the mule.
Well,
Gentlemen, Edwards, you ride, right?
I certainly do, but
They're just small horses, right?
A mule's just a riding at a -2.
You go ride with them if you got the skill to do that quickly, and I'll just sit back with these boys, with this boy right here.
I'm not sure I'm entirely following your.
They want you to take that fancy saddle.
You're saying to take 4 gentlemen on a single mule and then go pick up an additional 2?
No, you go. You can get there so much faster if you're just riding a single mule.
I see. Excellent. Wonderful. But the issue then is the supplies for the things. I can't carry all that. I can't
Don't
carry all
worry
this.
about that. Let him know that he needs to come back here to pick up the supplies in the wagon and
Hold
bring
on.
the.
Hold on. Gentlemen, there's a cart right here. Attach the cart. Go. Just bring it.
Riding a mule and driving a mule are two quite different things, I'm afraid.
They are,
And
in
I
fact, two
assume it
quite
would be
different
faster
skills.
without
Now-
the mule pulling the cart.
You could send him on muleback, like the Christ, right? To go say, hey, we found your supplies, here they are, and then come back, right? Like, certainly, if you bring them the $250 in good faith there, and say, here's the location of your things, I must ride back where, defending them or whatever, then they can come get them at their leisure or not. Your burden is fulfilled, certainly, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Yes, I believe that is perhaps a better way to do it, although it seems like we'll be putting them at a rather inconvenience. But I also do worry about riding back with a woman and a child on what I would not call a well-bred steed, but
That is an issue. Mules are definitely single rider creatures. I suppose you could probably get the
Can you
woman
guide the
and
mother
the
with me?
child on a mule, but a single mule. You have.
Oh, we
Oh,
just
no.
have one mule.
Yeah, it's not like a huge wagon there. The
Well,
squat
hopefully
pump
they
wagon
have
was.
something in town.
Yeah.
Maybe they have an extra wagon, an extra horse. You won't know till you get back to town and they find out how serious the situation is. Play it up a little bit. Make it seem more urgent. Convince them.
I think it's rather urgent enough as is. I believe the worry is more that they don't have a horse. I would be shocked if they did in the state of that town. They could rather use one.
Urgency can create inspiration. Inspire them with the urgency of the situation.
What I'm really anticipating happening is him taking 2 hours to get there on muleback, right, and then having to hoof it back with the
With
woman and
the
child,
woman
which is a
driving
half
that mule.
day. I mean, that's what you're
Well-
setting him up for.
No, what would happen there is that I would ride in and then they would ride out and I would follow behind on foot. Which I will do if that is what is necessary. I did swear to protect them, but
I'm just, as far as the Great Maze is concerned, you look a lot like lunch.
it's not ideal, is
How-
what I'm saying.
I'm
I
curious.
don't know that any prospect is ideal, but
I never really looked into this too much or ever tried. Do I get tired? Could I just keep running?
You do get tired. Your body
Okay.
wears down. Yeah,
Wears down,
you don't have
okay.
unlimited endurance.
So I
You're
can't
not
just-
affected by poison, right?
Right.
Or alcohol or toxins of any kind because you don't process
I just,
anything.
I can't just keep up with him by running.
but-
with
no,
him.
it's
Alright,
part of that.
alright.
You need that nap every day. All of that's part of your regenerative cycle.
Got
yeah.
it.
Think of it
Okay.
this way. We all leave. Go back to town. We leave the boat here tied up. Moor it if we got to. If there's animals that come around, critters that come to pick up the bones and ashes, that's fine. It'll keep away poachers and the scavengers who might be wandering around. Hell, what you gonna do if you're just a single person? You gonna take a boat? Where you gonna go with it? Get caught in a whirlpool? Trapped? Crash on rocks? I ain't see no boat, and I thought to myself, well, I want to take that boat. Let's just take a chance. Make it to town and come back.
I think a chance is inevitable. I just worry that it wouldn't be a single man, but a crew ready to take on another ship into their armada and drawn by a signal fire. But we don't have a good option at the end of the day, so whatever suits most of us the best will be what we will go with, I think.
Safety is the best option.
Wise words, I suppose.
Well, let me say a few words for this pyre and these unfortunate souls, and then pray upon the boat and hope that ne'er-do-wells off in the thick of it do not come here and steal it while we are away.
You better be thankful he ain't praying for you, too. And I say that to the boys over there.
I'm gonna have a bit of a moment with the funeral pyre. Ash to ashes, dust and dust type.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of prayer for the lost souls, condemn thee to the, yeah.
We're loading all this up, right?
Thanks.
I look at all the boxes.
Yes, certainly. Whatever we don't need for our journey.
Well, we don't want to leave any of it here,
Certainly not.
so we're loading it all onto the wagon, right? Just to be
What
clear.
we're not loading onto the boat.
So we're gonna load the boat for criminals that might come and steal it while we're away.
I suppose that's a good point. We should load it all onto the wagon.
So we're loading the wagon with the supplies and driving it into town.
Yeah. I
Excellent.
guess we are.
Who is driving the wagon?
If no one has it, I will.
I don't want to be the one that screws this up.
I'll do it.
Simple driving rule. It's daylight. It's a pretty straight shot.
Should be fine. How difficult can it be?
How
Oh.
difficult could it be? Oh my good lord. Oh, you are driving a mule though. Fuck.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. Well, that it is. Bully. Yeah, even with the extra 2 from the being a mule, no problem there. You make it back into town and record time. Jaunty, brisk pace. You turn around the corner to Cornflower Springs, expecting to, be greeted by the marshal, perhaps, or some of the residents. And instead, you see a dusty, abandoned-looking, few buildings. The shutters on the
Sunburn.
saloon creak in the breeze.
This.
Anyone out here?
Your voice echoes. No birds, no. Just the rustle of the wind.
I'm gonna fire
Well,
a shot
friends.
from my Webley.
This place just keeps getting worse, so maybe we should head on.
Well, we came all this way. We should see if they're in distress.
Yes. Edward is going to dismount and head in looking any sort of building, just trying to.
A saloon, general store, bank. Where was that combo there? Yeah.
Probably
I'm gonna dismount and look for tracks.
Yeah. Alright, you can give me a survival roll. There are no tracks. I mean, there's a mishmash of tracks. It looks like the horses that have been through here and the footsteps. Then nothing stands out as unusual. You push your way into saloon. All the oil. Well, give me a notice roll there. Like Eddie. Fast Eddie. It's fast Eddie. Yeah, excellent. All the oil lamps have been burned dry, as though they were set up and then not refilled. Unusual. You would definitely, you would stop them. At various points. There are, a couple of half-drunk shots on the bar, a still uncorked bottle. No sign of anybody except for a tiny little figure seated at the bar, maybe 3 feet tall, wearing like just an ostentatious cartoon king outfit. Right, it has a very rich red satin cloak with the Dalmatian ruff, right? A gold and gemmed crown sitting atop its head, right? And it's sitting stock silent, back turned to you. One of the shot glasses on the bar in front of you, maybe 3 feet tall, like I said. Hard to tell in the dim light there.
You there? No
Just
response.
stock unmoving.
I am going to sort of approach moving around, so where I end up like facing it parallel at the bar.
As you come upon it, it's clear that the reason it's not moving is that, in fact, it is not alive. It looks like a ventriloquist doll, nutcracker, marionette kind of like a little king that somebody would have in a play or something, or they'd get bashed over the head with the club, only blown up some.
What a strange thing to have in your bar.
Give me another notice roll.
I suppose this is a general store.
The crown has the glint of real gold. I mean, the gems to your eye don't look like colored glass. Right? The cloak itself is, I mean, that's real Dalmatian, and it's real velvet. He's wearing lavish little puffed silks with the ruffles, a very ornate looking gold belt.
I'm going to make a mental note of that. And is there anything else in this, or is this like a one room sort of?
Yeah, so there's the seating area for the tavern, right? There's stairs that go up to an upper level with a couple of rooms, right, where the proprietor stays and then where he rents out. And then the storage behind the bar for both the bar and the general store.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to sort of head up, like go through the storage real quick and then head up, just sort of calling, Sheila, Billy, hello?
There is absolutely nobody, nothing. In fact, they would have stationed themselves in the room next to the proprietors. Should you open the door, you would find that their possessions are there. The meager things they gathered with them, Billy's 22. But no sign of them.
I'm no help. I'm staying with the wagon outside.
I'm going to head back out real quick and sort of relay this to them, just,
Give me another notice roll, this time at a -2. Now, wasn't that shot glass in front of that marionette full a minute ago?
I'm going to keep my pistol out, head out the door, and gentlemen, they're not here. Their possessions are. And there is something at the bar. It's unlike
You hear
Is it a horn?
Yeah, like a bugle sounding from the sound of it, coming from the marshal's house next to I mean, there are like the 4 buildings there,
Tally ho then. And I'm just going to run that direction.
I wave at you from the back of the wagon as you leave.
Yeah, the door is ajar, right? As you enter again with a notice roll.
Grayson is going to walk that way, hand on the handle of his peacemaker.
Martini is out.
Same here. The oil lamps are burned down. There is a dark red splatter on the floor here, right? Leading out the ajar door. It ends abruptly right at the door jamb, as though perhaps the splatter was contained by a closed door when it happened. But also, there's a little knight marionette in here. He's wearing plate mail that looks to be, I mean, high quality steel, perhaps even ghost steel in manufacture, given the kind of strange green sheen that it has. He has a very real looking sword, certainly.
I don't suppose that this puddle is fresh by any means.
Yes-ish. I mean, it's not fresh like liquid. It's viscous, tacky. It's not dried and congealed into an oxidized state. like tarry at this point, you know.
Hmm.
Do you bend over to touch the bloodstain?
Yeah, absolutely.
One more notice roll.
Just flat. Oof.
Yeah, you are going to have to give me a guts roll, which is now a spirit roll.
Lovely. Oh, excellent.
There you go. You are startled, right?
That's with a +2.
Yes, with the macabre smiling face of yet another marionette. This one dressed in a 4-color brocade, you know, split down in the weird, you know, kind of gestures pattern there with big broad primary color yellow, blue, green, red, right? And you'll be damned if he doesn't have a little bugle in one of his hands.
Grayson,
Yep.
you were following me, correct?
He's standing like maybe 2 or 3 feet behind you.
Ah, good. I know this sounds bizarre, but could you please train your pistol on the knight?
Grayson does so.
I'm gonna stab this marionette in the face.
Yeah, so Grayson, they are some strange. Somebody had a doll thing in this town, clearly, but yeah, he's freaked out over these 3 foot tall like puppeteer dolls, is what you get the sense of. Which is, I mean, fair, right? We've all seen Goosebumps and shit. We know what this is, right? Like,
I think the combination of the bugle and the shot glass has done it.
right? Yeah,
Otherwise, he would still be skeptical.
right. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it's a 2 to hit. It's not immobile.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah, no, you bayonet that motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, you hit solid wood, right? Bayonet sinks into its head. You're gonna have to pry it out, given the nature of the sword on the end of your martini. But yeah, it just sits there, head kind of cracked a little, right? Still smiling, that strange kind of obscene smile, bugle affixed to the hand.
Oh my goodness, I must be going mad. There was another one in the tavern, and I swear when I went up, it had a full glass next to it, and then it was empty when I came back down. And then this one has a bugle, which you just heard a bugle, right?
Grayson's going to, with his left hand, reach into his vest pocket and pull out a little poker chip. It's going to look down into the eyes of the skull and then look up as I am casting Detect Arcana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, both the knight and the little bugler are rife with arcana.
And I believe I can actually get like a sense of what kind of arcana it is.
On a race?
It says allows a character to sense supernatural persons, objects, or effects within sight. This includes visible foes, enchantments on people or items, mad science devices, the activity of hucksters, and so on.
Mad science is what this would read as.
Okay. These are certainly some kind of powered science things. We should probably back away slowly. And Grayson starts to back up. His peacemaker is still trained on the knight.
The visor drops on the knight's helmet, but it remains immobile aside from that.
Right. Go and get Mr. Prophet then. And I will back out with him.
I'm just helping myself to some rum to re-up my perfume for the day.
Yeah, are you
No.
sitting at the bar next to the king?
Oh, no. In
Okay.
the rum barrel in the wagon.
Oh, okay. I was just
Yeah.
checking if you were like, well, your royalty
No,
too, huh?
Here you
Like,
go, mister.
just lining up shots. No, that's fair.
To be searching the town, should I be doing my survival or notice?
That depends on what you're searching for.
Searching for signs of people, movement, something.
Investigation, notice, survival would be more like I'm looking for food, water, I'm tracking an animal, I'm trying to find tracks in the wilderness. Streetwise would be more asking people directly, but yeah, like investigation,
notice.
research, notice, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna notice. See if I can find something.
Yeah. So there are little signs of violence, right? With a raise on the notice roll, it's interesting, right? There are little slash marks on some of the walls and the pillars, right? But they're all like, under 4 foot, like about waist high. Like maybe some kind of animal came through here. Maybe these are claw marks. Some of them are real deep for claw marks. Look more like
came back.
the kind of things that would be made by like metal weapons, right? No bullet holes, interestingly, which makes you think that A, whoever did it wasn't armed with bullets, right? And B, whoever got attacked didn't have time to reciprocate because it wasn't like the town was sans firearms,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Fair.
All under waist high violence on the walls, little slashes, table legs here and there, the columns holding up the support in front of the general store. Very little blood.
What do you see?
Strange. A lot of
Drinking some rum.
a lot of small claw marks. About waist high, nothing high really. Looks like something came through here with claws, clubs, something maybe of some sort. There was a bit of a scuffle, it seems. Maybe the people got kidnapped. That's why it's so quiet around here.
Johnny Prophet, notice it a -2.
Okay. Where are you, Notice? I know you're around here. Not anywhere that I'm seeing. Oh, why do I have a choker bonus?
Oh, I don't know. But that's fine.
Okay.
It didn't work anyway, which is good. I need to clear the combat tracker. So.
Really into my rum right now.
All right.
Sure, there's all kinds of crazy critters like dire raccoons and stuff out here in the west that I haven't seen yet. So
I made the joke that the jackalope came back for their pound of flesh, but don't seem like it's time for joking.
Would now be a fair time for us to be arriving back at the wagon?
Yeah.
Mr. Prophet.
Yes.
We have some sort of devices in there.
Oh, of my speciality?
Yeah, they seem to be. They have some kind of a sign.
Why don't you show me?
An aura.
Show me. I hop down after I close up the lid of the barrel, smelling of rum like a pirate. Okay, I'm walking along, following you. Where are you bringing me?
Probably to the closest, right? Which was the bar.
Yeah, the bar would have the king in it.
Yeah. The ones you scanned, I guess, would be in the marshal's office, but I would have told you that the king was in there, so.
Okay, so I enter the bar. Do I see the little doll sitting at the bar?
Yeah, he's sitting at one of the tables.
Oh,
That
hell no.
was not
No, I'm
where
out of
he
here.
was.
I turn and run.
Boop! No! No, but I mean, he's sitting there's like three
No,
round
no.
tables in there, and he's sitting at one facing the door. Bottle of whiskey in front of him, empty shot glass.
I go outside like I've got the. Ugh. It's a long story, but I am terrified of dolls, marionettes, puppets. I was terrorized by an older boy when I was a child. He would take these dolls and hold knives and come up by my bed at night when I'm sleeping and sort of poke at me and then make pitter patters. Anyway, just those. Hold on. Let me get my stuff together. Okay. Okay, I'm good. All right. Why is there a doll in there anyway?
Well,
There's a few of them throughout the town. We've seen a knight. What else did we see?
seemed to be a gesture, and then His Majesty in there.
Gentlemen, stay sharp.
Don't
I
tell
noticed a
me
whole bit-
that. Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm a little out of
no
sorts.
problem.
I'm crossing my arms.
I already just told Prophet. There's a whole bunch of claw marks around the town, scuffles. I think these things what took out some people. I'm not sure if it was violent. I'm not sure if anybody got killed. I'm not sure if anybody got kidnapped.
Somebody
I
got
was sure.
Meanwhile, while you're talking, I'm wind sprinting back to the wagon and climbing up in it.
There was a massive blood stain inside of the marshal's office.
Hmm.
I just stand in the wagon.
We got to do one thing:
Sometime today, but
find that woman, find that child, or what's left of them, and get out of here.
agreed.
I
I'd love to
holler.
leave a knock for
You
his
can
money, but
bring that thing out here, and I could try to analyze it from afar.
did you ask me to touch this thing?
I'm not going to touch it.
You can
I'll
stay
do
in
an
there.
ocular-
unanalyzed.
I'll do an
Pick it up
ocular
with my
examination.
bayonet and bring it on over.
So, Johnny, remember when I asked you for that notice roll earlier? When you were
Yeah.
standing next to the wagon with the rum?
Yeah.
Right, and you know how now you are standing up in the wagon, right?
Yeah.
On top of it, panicking, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is unfortunate that you did not notice the princess marionette with the notice roll as she stealthily scrambled up the back side of the wagon and now gets the drop on the called shot to slash your Achilles tendon, which is what she is going to attempt to do. And if you would love a visual reference,
Oh, heavens.
there you go. That's
That's horrific.
that's what she looks like.
Got something in her mouth.
Yeah, no, the better to bite you with. So as we know, the drop is
Were you by any chance watching Barbarella recently?
no. Although that is it does work, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. Moving on. So oh god, I hate it. It's the game sucks so much. Alright, here we go, Johnny Profit. So I apologize for this. It's at a -4 because it's a called shot, but the drop's gonna take care of that for us to give it a flat here. So,
Oh, hit with a raise.
yeah, well, this is rough. Let's see here. Yeah, so it is going to pop out of the supplies in the back of the wagon, go and slash at your Achilles tendon. I mean, severing the tendon in your ankle, right? And until you've had some time for your stitching, I mean, you're lame, right? I mean, she lamed you, she got you, right? And we are in combat now with this little evil princess doll that has come up. And so, like, I might have wrote this because specifically, like, I'm not even allowed to, like, joke about my wife getting, like, tendons, like, slashed. Like, if we're watching a horror movie and somebody gets somebody beneath the
Pet
car,
Cemetery.
we turn that shit off. It's over. Like, it's something that, like, we can't even, like, in my household, like, Achilles tendon cutting is a big no. I can't even, like, take my finger and, like, go snicked, like, along the side of her arm. Like, she hates it. And it's funny because she, like, peels people's bodies apart for a living. She teaches medical students using corpses. Like, if anybody could handle, maybe it's her exposure to it, but at any rate, so.
This specific scenario is not his greatest fear, but it's like number 2 right
Yeah.
now. Getting his Achilles tendon slashed by a demonic little doll.
Yeah, just
is about
snicked.
the worst he can get.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
So, here we go. We'll kill these maze rats off here, because they ain't here.
Aren't they?
Oh, are they? Oh, well, never mind. I mean, of course they're here. Why would... Yeah, duh.
We weren't leaving them with the boat.
Yeah,
No way.
they're here, but they're
They are
new.
unarmed.
Yeah, they're neutral. So there we go. All right, here we go, gentlemen. And Grayson, I mean, yeah, he's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. This lady pops up there, yeah, slash, like, oh, what
He
the
starts
fuck?
screaming like
Right?
that.
Yeah.
So I
it's-
don't see any enemies on this list.
Oh, you know what I should probably do?
And I only see one maze rat.
You know what? I've had enough of your needs as players. There you go.
All right, so before we start things off,
Doesn't look like she has a card. Sorry.
All right. You know what? You're right. You're 100% right. Now she does.
Okay.
so when we closed our last session, I had mentioned that Grayson was going to become a hex slinger.
That's right.
But I mean, did he just magically become one and he's already been able to engrave his weapon, or are we kind of like in more of a transition stage here?
I mean, since you've transitioned to the Suede rules, I mean, you spent you looked at it and said, hell, I can do that, and you hacked yourself together,
Okay. Well, then Grayson had already had his rune engraved peacemaker drawn.
Mm-hmm.
He never put it back in the holster.
Right, because why would you?
Why would I? I believe I am going to, for the very first time, cast Ammo Whammy.
Yes, sir. So the spell
Which I
casting
believe-
roll?
Yeah, which I believe is a free action.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Hit with a raise.
Your trait roll was a natural 1. And it's a spell casting roll, which means it's a failure, not a critical failure, but that the spell doesn't go off. But you can spend a Benny to re-roll it.
I will spend a penny then.
Still, trait roll was a natural 1. Oh my god. Alright, ammo whammy.
I'm going to spend another.
Yeah. Yay! Hits with the raise.
Arm.
Yeah.
So this allows me to apply 2 different powers.
Thank you,
Ammo
Moon
Whammy
Ripples.
powers.
Yes, sir.
So I
Which
believe-
two?
I am going to be adding I guess a bullet with your name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
And then how about my heavy weapon one?
So, bullet with your name on it, and what was the other one there? The heavy weapon loaded for bear?
Loaded for bear.
Alright, what I will do, so just add a +2 to your shooting roll. Yeah, we need to get you caught up to Suede, Lord Lynx.
Oh, it's different now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. That's definitely a hit.
Okay.
Let me drag that over old minikin here. Excellent.
All right. Is that a hit with the raise?
It
Yes,
is, in fact. Yep.
All right. So
Little minikin princess. Oh.
all right. That did not roll correctly.
That did not roll correctly. It should be this here. When I grab it, it gives me 2d8 plus 1 heavy weapon AP 1. It rolls correctly for me. Try it again. Did you roll the shot there, or you should roll the damage? You don't have to roll the spell again.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Mm-hmm. There you go, and we'll drag it
With
over the
raise,
minikin. Oh, that's right. So remember, now click that plus damage die there next to your marshal badge. And that'll be lit up, and then roll the damage. And roll it over the minikin and the combat tracker. Excellent, excellent.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, yeah, it blows a chunk out of the minikin's head, right? I mean, taking fully 3/4 of it, just one eye. Part of the mouth remains, a facial expression fixed and ghastly. It seems undeterred. What in the goddamn Sam hell? Maze Rat number 6 is going to do, and he is going to need a spirit roll, as do technically anybody that's witnessing it animate for the first time, but, you know, you guys knew this was coming. I'm gonna, oh shit, he ain't doing a damn thing. He said, oh, hell no, what the hell is that? What you got me into?
I was being terrorized by these before it was cool.
Alright, Minikin is like totally down to clown. It's going to attempt to stab at you from Hell's Heart again, Johnny Prophet. Doesn't have the drop on you now since it slashed your tendon, but now it's just stabbing generally too, so there's that.
Don't let me die to a doll. It will become my new worst nightmare.
Yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? And just a normal hit. Size difference coming into play.
Just standing there screaming.
Oh, give GM a Benny. Oh, thank you, Toa. Bomb. I actually need to pull up GM Bennies. Why isn't it ever up where I need it to be right here? It doesn't ever award me Bennies in this either. I should have one for everybody. Come on, you can do it. No red chips. It's doing that shit again. I hate that shit so much. There we go. Alright, I'm up to the appropriate... Well, no, because I just got one. I have 5 bennies now, thank you. They're wild cards too, Toa, so, you know, don't... You know. So, now I have bennies appropriately. Johnny Prophet, you have been strucketh. And now it's going to hit you for a kajillion damage. No, it's a little doll. It's 2d4. What's it gonna do? You know? See? Nothing until I spend one of its
I was
bennies.
expecting for it to just keep going.
Alright, well, I'm sending a benny now, and every time I do this, I incap a player. Yeah, it's over now. There's their little benny window there. Why? It didn't award them bennies either? They're wild cards game. That is frustrating. Thank you. Alright, so we're gonna spend one of their bennies. That's really frustrating. They broke the benny automation apparently in the last update. Yay. Alright, let's try it again. Now this time, this is your benny, Toa. If you kill Johnny Prophet, it's your fault. And I mean, 25% chance to ace. Uh-oh. Oh, there's another wound. Slash! Oh, little minikin putting in work. Somehow still vocalizing despite part of his mouth being just left to the open air. Interestingly, also, as you glance down horrified at this thing stabbing you, there's no clockwork on the inside. You figure a weird science device would have, like, gears, a battery, something. Moving on. Other maze rat's gonna get a spirit roll. He's feeling it. He's like, yeah, oh my god. Toys! And he fires. Oh no. So, Prophet, you're like standing on top of the wagon next to this 3-foot tall minikin, and he rolled a 1 there on his shooting die. And,
Where did that guy get a gun? We're gonna have to kill him now.
Yeah,
did you disarm? Oh, never mind. That's right. Never mind. He doesn't.
One somewhere.
My prison wallet. He bends over and shoots you with the Colt Thunderer that he'd been hiding. Jesus, have you seen that gun too? That would be a very uncomfortable keister gun. But all right, yeah, no, never mind. That's all. What did I say? If I had a gun, I totally wouldn't have shot you. He says. Edward William Henry Somerset.
Is the king doing anything?
No, it's just the princess that's animated so far.
So I've just heard a scream, right?
Yeah.
There hasn't been a gunshot or anything?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
The door is open. I actually was just yelling at him as he was turning around to yell back at me. He got yipped in the leg. So this is like visible from the bar.
Okay.
Oh, and Grayson did fire a shot.
Grayson did fire a shot.
That's right. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, he did. He fired a magic shot at that.
Standing up there screaming and about to fall off the wagon.
Trying to decide if I would be in the motions of stabbing this puppet or if I'd just shoot the doll. I'll shoot the doll. That makes more sense.
They're alive.
Now you're gonna roll a 1 with my luck.
Something like that. Excellent. So yeah, from the bar, what's the range look like there?
Oh, not more than 40 feet. You're well inside.
That would be medium.
Oh, okay, yeah,
no,
medium.
It's yards, right? Or
yeah. Feet is what I said. So yeah. Yards is what they measure it in. So it's inside.
Cool.
Yeah.
So then I'm good. My martini is loaded, despite what my character sheet thinks. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take a shot at that one.
Yeah, hit.
And I haven't moved, so that's actually with a raise.
No, excellent. Click that plus on the damage there.
Yeah. And let me go ahead and get the damage here.
Wait, so you're sitting at the bar. He says, there's something outside, and you just like from where you're sitting and you're plugging. Is that?
Yes.
I mean, because it says swivel, like saloon door kind of. I guess it's a general.
He timed it like mini golf while I was going over.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, just like
Sniper.
I don't know. I was just told the doors were open.
No, it's fine. Yeah, you took the shot. That's fine. You took the shot. You threaded the needle.
Like the slow-mo bullet time.
Yeah, you went wanted with it.
The bullet whizzed past my face, just
right. That's what I'm saying. He's like, look outside here, and he just lifts up his gun, not even looking from the shot, and takes a shot. Hits the puppet. Small target, by the way, harder to hit. So, yeah, you plug it. Let's get the damage.
Okay.
Yeah, nah. Boom, boom. Definitely, Kate. The rest of its head's gone. Doesn't appear to use it to see, though. Johnny Prophet.
Yeah,
you're still shook unless you spend a penny.
I'm going to spend a penny. And I'm going to jump off the wagon and hobble away as fast as I can back towards them.
Oh, my God.
You're gonna
one-footed. I'm not
so,
gonna
like,
on my foot.
With that tendon severed, like, you can't elevate or, like, extend your foot is just like a fucking, oh, God. You land on the stump, it, like, shatters. Oh, it's horrific. Don't make me think about this. Oh.
I just start, like, hobbling away as fast as I can from the thing. I don't
your
feel
foot
it.
just hanging on by the fleshy bits, totally dislocated, dragging behind you. I mean,
I'm in a
at
panic.
least you don't feel pain, right? There's
Yeah.
a plus.
Everyone else is gonna feel my pain by watching this.
Yeah, no doubt. That's like one of those horrific
Real-life
skateboarding
horror
videos where you know something bad's gonna happen and you still watch it, and then something inverts that's not supposed to, and you're like, why did I do this? Yeah, no. Throw yourself off the wagon. Go ahead,
Athletics.
give me an athletics -2 due to your, missing tendon.
Is that on top of my wound penalties?
Yeah.
Okay, I will carefully climb down, I guess, because I'm at -4.
I mean, that's still,
Yeah.
you're
All
anything you're doing
I'm
is
just,
using that.
I'm just
yeah.
trying to run and jump and get away.
You're probably gonna
Best I
face
can.
plant, but that's fine because that's part of the drama of this moment when this doll leaps through
Yeah,
the air
I
and kills you.
scream, and I go flying off the wagon.
Yeah.
So that's -2.
Doesn't even turn around and try and like word to God it, just
Oh,
like
almost got it.
almost got it. Yeah, I mean you take the first step and then because instinct told you to put the other foot down and you don't feel pain, your toes hit the edge of the wagon to launch off, your foot just comes straight up in the boot and you face plant. Oh, thank you.
Before
Soak
I
a
roll,
wound
he
from
soaked a wound.
Well, alright, well, why don't we re-roll that then with 1 wound removed? Thank you, Red Ketchup.
Okay, still a -2, but 1 removed.
We don't happen to have a map for this, do we?
Still a bit.
No, it's just I honestly wasn't sure if this was going to escalate into an encounter, I'll explain it all later, but I wasn't, when he missed the notice roll, and then stood up on... I knew that one of the dolls was going in the wagon. I thought it was just going to... who put this doll in here later on? And then all of a sudden he's standing on the wagon panicking about dolls. It's Halloween, right? Like, let's fucking... I was like, no, let's tend in it. So this is theater of the mind.
Terry me with the little doll.
Alright, so...
Like a flying off.
You go flying off and land unartfully on the ground. Hey, but you're prone now, so if any of them shoot, which none of them are, you're pretty much just easier to stab, is what that means. But
is my move over, or?
I mean, you can
Like
spend half of your movement to stand up, or you can crawl at half pace.
I'm crawling
yes.
Yeah, I'm crawling.
Just it's funny because you literally have this device that melts people, right? Like, you have, like, a glove that, like, you could have double actioned yourself, and instead, you got slashed, you said, no! And, like, I mean, you know what, take a Benny just from me. I love it on a roleplay tip, because you had so many options that didn't include...
This ain't Dungeons and Dragons.
Right, this ain't Dungeons and Dragons, no. But, alright. Gentry Owens. Oh, yeah.
Crawling away.
All right. I'm gonna shoot it with my long barrel special, and just another shot.
Yep.
Simple 2 shots at this thing. Long barrel special ignores the 2 penalties of range that I would have gotten because it's at 40 yards. You said 40 feet or 40 whatever.
40 feet. Yeah. So 10 yards. You know, like 12 yards.
Oh, okay. Is that out of my range?
No, I think that's inside. Let's see here. I don't want to quote you wrong. So if you go to your weapon profile on the combat tab, it's
12,
those
24,
3.
48?
Yeah, no, you're inside there. Yeah, it's 12. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to use that shot then.
Yeah.
All right, we're just shooting on regular. Pow. At the Minikin.
Minikin, indeed.
Did it count?
Yeah, I did. Boom.
All right. Damage.
I just picture one of these, like, Tarantino-esque, like, zoom-ins, right? And then it goes down the length of the arm to the gun barrel as it comes in focus. That boom shot, right? Goes whizzing right between Prophet's leg, just takes the torso out of the princess, but you get, like, the through shot as it explodes, you know? Like, Oh, I guess Prophet's on the ground now, but still, beautiful, beautiful.
As he's going down, it goes like right over his hat.
That's right. Yeah. As he was falling, this shot transpires. There we go. And yeah, no, that minikin's blown into bits. It should be said that the arm clutching the knife is still kind of stabbing idly, but at nothing in particular. Like at the ground, right? Like, yeah. But yeah, and we have
need to go.
we have
Go get
defeated the princess.
We need to leave now.
As Prophet says that, you once again hear a coming from the marshal's house. And with that, we're going to take our mid-show break. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. I swear we're going to get to the actual substance of the plot I had planned for tonight and not the little side. It's one of those things as a marshal where you're like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna tie a bow on this real quick. It'll be creepy. They'll love it, and we'll move right on. And next thing you know, they're like, no, I gotta stab this fucking doll in the face. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fail this notice roll. They just said, and the next thing you know, you're like, God damn it, are they really gonna? All right, I misnamed the episode. Like I advertised it wrong. It's just, yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you like what you see so far, follow the show. If you already follow the show, why don't you subscribe to the show? You can do it for free with Bezos Bucks, with Amazon Prime. You can do it with real money. We like that too. We got Pirates on Tuesdays, Post-Apocalypse on Fridays. Get your ass here and stay your ass here. And we'll be back in 10, guys. Thanks for watching. And we are back. Thank you for sticking with us through the breaks, cow pokes, and cow. I guess it's just cow pokes. That's not really one of them gendered things, is it? Cow pokes and cow. Well, let's not dwell too much on that.
Steel's ear, cow pokes.
Cow pokes and cow. What did they just kind of scissor or something? I don't even know how that would work, but all right. Moving on. See, that joke's gonna land eventually. Lads and lasses. There we go. As we left, Gentry Owens had just blown a Princess Marionette to bits after it had slashed Prophet a couple of times. Quite violently, with great avarice in its heart. It's one still. A complete arm and dagger, still kind of idly stabbing at the dirt next to the wagon. A bugle had sounded from the marshal's house, perhaps signaling the convening of more of these mini-kin. And I need a notice roll from everybody at a -2. Johnny Prophet, your eyes are plucked out by a raven. Edward William Henry Somerset, from the tall grass and spindly trees, you see the blonde hair of Jack peep up. Mister. Billy, yeah.
I would be very afraid if it was Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to immediately head that direction while reloading my martini.
I mean, he's away from the town proper. They're clearly been hiding in the underbrush, perhaps alerted by the gunfire.
I'm going to try to climb back into the wagon and get the mules turned around so I can get out of town. In a panic.
Yeah, driving roll, good sir. And they are mule, so we're gonna have to
-2.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure my foot is still with me.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, the boot hasn't come off, so the foot's still
good.
The foot's still there.
Okay. All right, here we go. Untrained with a wound and another -2 on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It simulates the damage and the panic.
Oh, I'm gonna use that free feat chip just for the heck of it. I really want to get this going.
Edward William Henry Somerset. Why don't you go ahead and give me a notice roll about old Prophet Rooney there? It was just, I mean, clearly, his foot's damn near off, hopping back into the wagon, no worse for wear.
I did actually pass one a while back, but it wasn't dramatically appropriate, so I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, no, but boy's pain threshold is, I mean, my God, right? Like,
he must be in a state of shock.
I mean, this
shock.
I would know, right? Like 7d6 occult.
I mean, so he does have the he has a harrowed perk that makes it more difficult to notice, and he is pretty much consistently pickled, right?
That makes sense,
yeah. I think the roll technically happens at a -4.
Oh, fair enough.
Between the pickling and the, what is it? It's a mask of death, or what is this particular?
It's I don't have it up all the time. It's only up when.
Oh, do you
I'm
not?
in public.
Oh.
Right now I don't. I'm just pickled right now.
Well, in that case, I mean that's a, you know. Yeah, you know.
And you know, I'm definitely not tough. I'm not hardened because I'm screaming like a woman.
Right. There's something interesting. That's an interesting dichotomy, isn't it? The I'm undead, but also terrified of dolls.
Yeah. Well, I have bigger fish to fry at the moment, so I will
yes, you do.
You're going for Billy.
Oh, he looks dirty and petrified, but not wounded at all.
Billy, are you all right?
No, mister. They're all gone. That man came and he sold them medicine and they followed him out of town.
Your mother as well?
Yes, sir. They were getting sick, sir. Something in the water.
Very well.
Man rode through town in a fancy wagon. Said he had cures for what would ail him. Then put on this show, and at the end of it, one of the dolls, mister, it got up and started playing a flute, and everybody got up and followed it, walked plumb out of town.
Yeah. All right. We're going to be all right. We're going to go get them back. But here, come with me. And I'm going to go take him back over to the group.
He gives a wide berth to the princess arm, still stabbing at the dirt.
And I relay what he said to me to the group, and then say, so gentlemen, I believe it is in our best interest to head after them.
I reckon you're right.
What? No! You bring me back to the boat. I'll stay with and watch it.
We gotta get that woman.
If that
You
is
do
your
it, Connie.
decision, you may stay
Oh.
with our associates and defend the boat if that is what you think is right. And I shall do what I believe is right. Perhaps it would be good. You could take you could take Billy with you and keep him out.
I'll
of
protect the
danger.
boy.
I'll go with you if it's all the same, mister.
Very well.
I'd like to see my ma.
In that case, I'm going to hand him my Webley.
I can't walk back, so I'm gonna have to come with.
I know you know how to shoot that, but let's go and get you a 22 just in case.
So, Johnny Prophet, your
Huh.
best wagon roll when pulling around the wagon was a -2.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna have some issues with that mule, I think, there, in relation to
Yeah,
it.
I'm just panicking and jerking on it and
Yeah.
just yelling at it.
Yeah, no, it's why don't you give me an agility roll?
So, any penalties above my injury penalty?
No, it's just flat.
All right.
Oh,
look at that.
Lord. Yeah, so I mean, you whip the wagon around, and the mule starts to buck in, and the front of the wagon comes up, and one of the arms snaps on the halter, right? And you go ass over tea kettle for 2d6.
Wow.
Which, holy fuck.
Crumples up.
So, Johnny Prophet, of course, is tough a million, though. No, he's tough 6. So, Johnny Prophet, you have critically failed, and been thrown.
You can't soak those, right? Criticals?
Well, now you can you get the wounds, but you can still roll to soak here. But let's see here. So you're 6. That is 9 above. That is 2 wounds. So you are not incapacitated, but I mean, you land and your head goes at a funny angle, and when you stand up, it is still sitting at a funny angle.
I'm gonna try to soak one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not the best at this, but oh,
Wow.
wow. -3.
Yeah, from your wounds penalty.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Yeah. Now wait a minute here. Let me check one thing.
Oh, I got another penny.
Da, 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 da. No? Yeah, alright. Another Benny for you. Thank you, Senpai Thorax. But yeah, so, now he stands up. One of his feet totally cocked to the side, like standing on the stump of his ankle. Right, no blood coming from the wound, right? Maybe it's pooling in his boot, right? Which is unlikely because it was slashed along with the ankle. And now his head is just, it's still set at an angle that is just like, it doesn't look comfortable, you know? He seems unfazed.
That says in chat they've been trying to soak for me, but it's not working.
Well, they only get one soak per game, but
that's why.
they should be able to
I
toss bennies out for everybody should have one soak. That's interesting.
Huh. Okay.
Huh. I will have to have somebody look into it. I don't know what's going on with that, guys. So everybody should be able to redeem one soak per session. Every viewer. Thank you, Moon Ripples. But it shouldn't be one soak period redeemed. I don't know what's going on with that. It wasn't previously, so. And I haven't changed any of the settings.
At least. Alright, so I stand up, my head's a little cocked.
Yeah.
Why does everyone hate me? I start limping away. Just now, I completely fucked up the cart. My head's all crooked, my legs all off, and I just start limping the direction of the boat, like in shock right now.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home. Just,
Pretty much, that's what I'm doing.
So yeah, it'll take you like a day and a half to fucking limp all
If I don't get killed, pecked to death on the road.
Oh no. So yeah, that's what a critical failure on the agility roll to not get thrown from your -2 riding roll get you guys. Hey, fortunately, he's harrowed, because that could have been way worse. You know? Like, yeah. He'll be fine in a day or two. He's gotta walk it off. So, with that established, we have broken the cart now. We have our harrowed friend limping away. We have young Master Billy, with a Webley, kind of, paranoid as hell. And, all kinds of, I should have made him roll on the injury table, but, the head dive, for comedic effect.
Yes, I believe I'll head up, get his 22, and we will proceed down.
Excellent. Yeah, the king is still seated in the same position in the, tavern, come, general store, come, everything.
While Sir Edward is off doing his thing, I'm just gonna walk over and start shooting at the knight.
Yeah, from where are you going to shoot at the knight?
I will get within short range of my peacemaker, so at least I've got some.
So you're saying you are going to be in the same room?
I thought the knight was outside.
No, the knight's in the marshal's home with the he's in there with the little bugler dude.
Okay.
Yeah, he stabbed the bugler dude in the head, knight's visor.
I'm gonna walk in that direction, and I'm gonna see if I can see him through the doorway or through a window or something like that.
Yeah, no, he's seated in the same position for sure. It should be recalled that he had either real steel or ghost steel armor, which
Sure. So I'm doing this pretty quickly because I've got a specific effect going on. So I will go ahead and combine a couple of powers. I will combine the ghost bullet with explosive.
Yeah, we got to roll again to see if you get the raise on the
Well, I've got it for 10 rounds. Well, 9 rounds. So, I mean, he goes off and he sees the kid. I'm just going to walk over there and I'm going to start shooting.
Let me double check. Because, yeah, it is 10 rounds. That's right. No, because it's 5 and you have it doubled. Wow. I guess it's ammo related then. And it's not a spell cast every time? No, because it's the duration. So, yeah, I guess you have 2 effects on every bullet for 10 rounds. Yeah.
Yep.
It seems OP, but, fuck. What do I know? I guess that's why it costs four power points, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm down to 1 PowerPoint. So, I'm trying to do this expediently.
Yeah, milk it. Yeah. So you said ghost bullet and what?
Explosive.
So that doesn't add any damage or anything. That just makes the damage happen in a small burst template.
Sure.
Okay. Like I would say loaded for bear and ghost bullet, because that actually increases your damage and gives you the heavy weapon, or the AP6.
That's fine. I'll do that then.
All right, yeah. I mean, you can definitely, fire whatever bullet you want, but tactically, if you're trying to get rid of the knight, that would be the combo. This heavy weapon ignores his armor,
Do you want to throw him in the combat tracker, or do you want me just to roll?
Oh, just roll. Yeah, just give me it flat.
And
I expect this to demolish him, so.
I didn't really say this before, but when Grayson's gun, does its thing, it doesn't ice up like we've already got somebody who does that. His essentially what happens is that it's like this glowing purple smoke kind of oozes out of the ruins of his gun when it's doing powers.
Nice.
And there might be a little tinge of green in there, but you got to look real hard for that.
You have this Prince motif going on.
The ooze. Ivan.
Hit.
No, because it's a -2 because it is small.
Understood. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a Benny.
Yep, size disparity for these little bastards. That's pretty much all they have going on for them. Yikes. Oh, no, that's with the -2 in there. Excellent. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's a hit.
Nice.
$18. We'll just ignore
all
armor.
The ghost bullet.
Yeah. Tough 3. Right, so you probably, now that we've negated the knight's armor completely with your foul combination of arcane shots. Let's see, if we beat it with a wound for every 4 and we rolled an 18 on a tough 3, yeah, no, it explodes into ghost shock shrapnel. That, embeds itself all in the walls throughout the place. Steaming, smoldering.
Yeah, and I'll do the same thing with the jester if I can see that little bastard.
I believe. Well, now you pulled him out of the bed with the bayonet to get him off the end there. Yeah, so he's probably lying on the floor there. Yeah. Now with multiple shots though, right? Unless you've taken something I'm unaware of, that first one would have happened with the multi-action penalty, and this one would have the multi-action penalty.
Oh, I'm fine with doing it nice and slow. So essentially, the next round.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Does he get additional negative because he's prone?
Yeah, he would actually. That'd be another phase. He's gonna have the small. He's gonna have prone. Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm gonna do bullet with your name on it, along with loaded for bear.
Okay. Well, we'll get there. Here we go. Next round. Should be said, none of these other ones have activated at all. Oh, and look, Grayson's up first. Boom, yeah. So, here, I'll throw this mannequin on here. Because he has a couple of things going on there now mathematically. Why did it not add him? Please add him. Please clap. Yeah, now I can't, you can't add things to the combat tracker. We don't like that. That's functionality. There it goes. Fancy Grounds Unity, guys. I haven't bitched about it in 2 weeks. Although I will say this, 2 years of, oh, you're not prone. He's prone. 2 years of development, they finally added Windows, guys. Yeah. That's right. Fancy Grounds Unity, now with Windows. That's right. See-through apertures that you don't have to open and close like doors. Only 2 years it took. Foundry's had it since the word go, but that's fine. Alright, Grayson. Now it has the prone. All of that applied to its size bonuses, so please roll your shooting over it.
Okay, I do not see it in the combat tracker.
Oh, that's because I need to make it visible. And give it a card. Every time with this, you guys expect me to do my job as a marshal, and it's kind of frustrating. There he is. And add +2 if you're using the bullet with your name on it.
I'm trying to roll it from the actual combat thing, so let's see if it does it correctly. Looks like, wow.
Yeah, it's a tough shot.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead, instead of bullet with your name on it, I'll do loaded for bear, and I'll do explosive. So that way, if I miss him, I'll still get him in the cone, right?
Are you Bennying then to take another shot?
No, I'm waiting. I'll wait.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, the AoE will do it for sure. Yeah. Maze Rat is well, give me a gun. You want me to shoot one of these dolls? Other Maze Rat.
Black.
Yeah, give me a gun. You want me to shoot one of these dolls? The bugler is going to lie prone, but you can clearly see it now as its eyes open and it drags the bugle to its mouth and it goes burp, 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 burp. Edward William Henry Somerset.
I'm muted. Is that what I am? I think it's probably fair to say that I'm at like the bottom of the stairs now. Would that be reasonable? Is the king doing anything?
The king is seated in the same spot he was, staring directly at the swinging saloon doors, but there's no more whiskey in the bottle.
Gotcha. I am going to walk with Billy to the doors with my gun trained on this guy.
Yeah. Doesn't move.
Excellent. I'm going to shoo him out the door, and then I'm going to shoot this thing.
Sure. As you train your gun at the king, right, it raises a hand, and a little finger pops up, and it goes, and you hear noises coming from upstairs. Like, little tiny footprints, but not like, you know, if it was the marionettes, you'd expect them to clack like their little wooden feet on the ground. These are softer, plushy footprints.
Well then, decided to talk. Let's talk.
Oh, it hasn't decided to talk.
Yeah,
I mean,
it wagged its finger at me. That's an indication, at least.
Yeah.
And I mean, communication.
It's clearly like sinister now that it is animated. There would be no I mean, it is malevolent. The kind of Burger King smile has gotten real rapey, right? And broad. Not that the Burger King smile isn't already really rapey, but like double rapey.
I'm gonna go ahead and hold my card here, and if he does anything, I'll take a shot at him. If anything comes down those stairs, I'll take a shot. Assuming that isn't immediately shown to be like a
Yeah.
human child.
That is, in fact, fair. So, boom. Oh, wait, what? What happened? Wait, oh, yeah, you're on hold. Excellent. Okay. Johnny Prophet, you are unshook, head ajar, wandering away. You hear the trumpet go again.
I should stay around in town if they're going to be foolish, but I'm not going in there. Instead, I'm going to go back to the wagon and root around for baling wire or stitching for my leg and that stack pump head so I can eat its brain.
Yeah, no, you definitely have the squat pump brain in the wagon. I mean, with the head that you had for the bounty. So you're just gonna say, fuck it, pry open the burlap sack, grab the decapitated head of the squat pump woman, rip off its scalp, prise open the skull, and start just eating the brains like it's Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. That's too many Indiana Jones references in one show.
No, I go to do it,
Yeah.
and then I realize I'm going to vomit in my mouth, and I don't.
Yeah.
But I still start looking through all the provisions, looking for something to stitch up my foot proper.
I mean, so the way to stitch up your foot proper is to rip off that dead woman's scalp, crack open her brain pan, and get yourself a pound of that brain. That's how you. I mean, that's the way it's done. You're.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm ashamed, so I'm going to go lurk away with it from anyone.
Just off in the corner.
And I'm gonna feel really bad about like how gross I've become.
Yeah, so while brain in other species can be nutritious, it's very fatty, right? You should never, ever, ever, if you're in a survival situation and you have to eat another human being, never eat their nervous tissue. Don't eat any of the nerves running down their spine. Don't eat their brain stem. Do not consume their brain tissue. It is how you get Crooksfield Jacobs. You will die. Do not do it. Moving on. Eat the inside of their thighs like you would a normal. It's a nice succulent long cut. Take it from under the armpit. The areas where it's fleshy and muscles aren't utilized a lot, like you would a cow. People, come on. Don't eat people brains.
Oh.
And if everything goes to shit, like it's totally not gonna here in a couple of months, and we turn into this like post-apocalyptic cannibal society. If you ever roll into a town and everybody has the shakes, right? It's because they've been eating people's brains. Leave.
Or they're on meth.
Well, no, because I mean meth's a little different, but
any town, cannibal or meth, they're just as bad.
Yeah, now other species, it's fine. It's human brains you do not want to consume specifically.
Just saying, like a cow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, cow brains too. It's it's one of those cross species. It can be. Some deer now have there's this deer wasting disease that they're afraid is going to jump to people that is uncurable. So yeah, just don't eat brains. Just don't do it. Moving on, except for you, of course, Prophet, who are now. I mean, so this woman was shot to death, this morning? Right, so it's cooled at this point. I imagine the rigor mortis has started to set in, the facial muscles have constricted. It's going to take a bit of pulling to get that scalp off to expose the skull. What are we cracking the skull with?
I'm getting away from where everyone would see me, and I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to put my machete, or not machete, my knife. I'm going to take a rock and just tap at the end of the knife until I can just slowly kind of pry off the skull cap.
So,
if that works.
I really want to hold this image for a minute. So Prophet here has resigned himself in his broken-necked, severed tendon fervor, right, to grab this decapitated squat pump woman's head and then go Gollum his ass slowly off into the bushes until he finds a flat rock. While you guys are still mid-gunfight with these possessed dolls, so that he can caveman that shit open and just raw dog that brain. That's just, I just want.
feel ashamed. That's why I'm hiding.
Right, yeah, no, for sure. Now, if you bring her back, say, I guess they just need proof she's dead, right? Not that anybody's here for it. So yeah, it's still funny. Oh, we must have shot her in the head when you pull her out for the bounty. I don't know what happened to the brain, you guys.
Frankly speaking, if we go all the way out there to save them and they say, you don't have proof of that bounty, I mean, at that point, ooh.
Right.
That coat of honor will be wearing thin.
Right.
I'm going to put the skull cap back on, tape it with an IOU note inside if
Right.
somebody lifts the skull cap off.
1 pound criminal brain.
The head is the head. We're good.
Yeah, why
Okay,
don't we go ahead and elevate your daily stitching roll to right now? Why don't you go ahead and give me a vigor roll, Prophet?
Yeah.
I say hallelujah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, no, you aren't.
I'm -3 wounds. So
Right,
wait,
yeah.
do you not have the wound penalty when you're healing undead wounds?
That is an excellent. I'm pretty sure you still do.
Otherwise,
Let's see
you, like,
here.
Never heal.
Well, that's part of why. I mean, you know. So what you're supposed to do, right? Is you're supposed to die, right? And then we roll a d6. They put you in the back of the wagon, and then 1d6 days from now you go, and you sit back up, and you go, that sucked. Right? Like, and that whole time you hang out in the hunting grounds and you experience literal hell. That's generally how this goes down. What you found yourself is in a bit of a sticky widget because you are severely, seriously wounded right now and trying to force chunks of fetid brain down your, twisted esophagus in order for you to proc your natural healing. Now, fortunately, right, this happens every day. As long as you get a pound of meat, you can try this every day, right? But
Bennies.
But yeah,
Benny,
yeah. Well, and that too. You do have, I would Benny the shit out of these. Because we do have exploding dice like this. You see, so close, but so far away.
Or one more. I got one last Benny.
No. The universe did not want you. No, they want you to spend the next day just like, seriously, guys, it's not funny. Will somebody just like straighten my head? Like, you need to design a little brace to hold your head straight because you have that internal decap going on. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That established, you have attempted, you come back, not at all brains on your face. I'm assuming you've kerchiefed it. Your hands somehow immaculate. You had a little bottle of hand sanitizer. I don't know. And so, are you guys still trying to kill this minikin that just seems to be playing the bugle?
Yeah, I'm gonna fire at least one more exploding. Well, I'm gonna fire the one exploding round at it.
All right, Gentry, you're up next.
All right, so I'm going to. I am very clueless as to what's going on at the moment. I understand he's over there blapping at this guy over there. He just threatened the king, and the king said no, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to prepare a segmented shell.
Okay.
Now I'm going to take it, and as I was doing this spherical shell, I felt my power inside of me coursing to go further with it. So I gave it a little extra juice. We're going to roll shootist.
And juice you felt indeed.
All right, so we juiced it up. So now I have a segmented shell, which is the upgraded version of spherical shell. And I'm holding my action until I see something to block.
All right, another action held. Wow. Well, you're the end of the round, though, so yeah. What does happen, right, is that what the noise the king was apparently summoning, or perhaps the trumpeter summoning, comes down the stairs. And it is apparent you can see the shadow of the thing first, right? the long, sharp ears, right, backlit, and the round head, right, with the puffs, right, some kind of feral beast, clearly, as it comes plodding down the stairs and turns the corner, and is about a foot tall teddy bear. Followed by like a foot and a half tall rag doll. Yarn hair flopping, button eyes.
Well,
I'm gonna shoot the king.
Yeah. You can't shoot the king, baby.
Just standard in the.
He
Sorry,
is
here.
Minikin too. Here, I'll name him King. There you go.
Oh, there he is. Perfect.
That'll likely do. Yeah, that's a hit.
It's. I'm not even going to count it that time. I'm just going to keep it as a hit because I keep forgetting to apply it. And we'll go ahead and.
I hate that it assumes it's against the parry, too. It should automatically assume it's ranged unless they're using a melee weapon. The fact that it defaults to that unless you have it on a map is ludicrous. It makes it nigh unusable, frankly. You blow a hole in the king, right? He seems nonplussed by it, although you do notice that whiskey comes running out of the hole you made in his abdomen.
Interesting.
Johnny Prophet, you're outside, gunshots coming from within the saloon.
I would just hit somebody at this point with my luck. Yeah, I'm stuffing the head back in the bag.
Yeah, just some. You know,
And I'm just gonna
I just
hunker
love this
down
so
and sulk.
much.
I'm just gonna sulk in the back of the wagon. I don't want to walk all the way there alone.
Screw this.
I'm not even like courageous enough to walk to a boat alone.
Yeah.
Like,
That
drink more
is
rum.
fair. Alright, Gentry.
Alright, we are blowing up this teddy bear and ragdoll.
Alright, yeah.
I am going
Now, it should be said, now, while the marionettes, right, are unsettling and, like 3 foot tall, this literally looks like a kid's teddy bear and a kid's rag doll brought to life. Like they don't have weapons, they don't have claws, they don't have teeth. They're just toys.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to focus on them,
Yeah. Until we get our entire life devoured by these little soul-sucking batteries. All right. Now how do I roll to hit these things? Which one is it?
Minikin.
Minikin.
Oh
Just
wait,
straight
no,
up
let me
Minikin?
toss another one in here.
Toss them both from.
Did you guys stop attacking the king? You're attacking other stuff now?
He's attacking.
The king hasn't done anything. Besides summon these two dudes on the stairs.
These are toys in the combat tracker now.
Okay. Dink.
Dink indeed.
All right. You're taking a shot at a toy?
You ever had a session go just completely opposite of how you predicted?
It's most of these games.
I mean, listen. I ain't say bring no dolls into this. I just gonna get the girl and get the boy and get on out. Things got a little hairy in town. Am I good to roll?
Yeah, you're good. Mm-hmm. And you somehow managed to miss. Because
Now,
they're
Penny,
tiny.
all right.
Holy hell.
What is going on here?
I mean, they're small. I mean, you're trying to hit, they're on the far side of the room. You're on the street there trying to hit like a stuffed animal, Shell shatters around them. It's like Pulp Fiction. There's holes in the stairs behind them where their torso was, but they're unwounded somehow.
So if I let that ride, could the AoE of my bullet capture the guys?
I mean, that was the shot against the guys. The toys are represented by the same figure because they're.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand what you're asking. You missed the shot there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just let it be.
Yeah, it's just like shrapnel fired out, just happened to miss them all.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're tiny little
Second
dudes.
shot. Nothing doing. Both shots miss.
Lord of mercy.
Whew.
That's it.
The king is going to notice that, there's a hole in his abdomen. And he's going to look up, and instead of having that little predator smile, now he's scowling. Right? You didn't see the face, move, right, in the transition. It was, from one to the other, right? It looks back up. Like those Chinese mask dancers, right? Where 1 second, they're wearing the one face expression, and they snap their sleeve, and it pulls down a new face, almost like that. But he, doesn't appear to be getting up. Seems quite content to still sit there and stare. Old Eddie. Oh, that's weird. Here, let me get you guys off hold. This mechanic is so weird.
Apologies there.
Alright, Johnny first then, yeah. Mm-hmm. Johnny with the ace just gonna sit out there fuck you guys. Hey, where's little Billy? Did you leave him outside with Prophet? Who he thinks is creepy as fuck?
I specifically left him right outside the door.
Okay.
I am just going to sit in the cart as vigilantly as I can with gun in hand, looking around for anything that they don't see so I can shout to them.
Nah, there doesn't appear to be anything happening out here. It seems like that's the source of the action there. These little, they seem to be focused in there. They've mostly taken, I took out the knight, right? They're taking out the king right now. I guess there's the jester there, but all he's done is lie on the ground and play a bugle. Summoning
Jeez.
what? Who knows? But
all right, I might as well. Things can only get so much worse where I die, so I'm gonna hop out and start limping towards the door because they're just in there shooting.
well, and one of these things
Willy-nilly,
has to
right?
blow up your head to kill you. Frankly, now it's not like really in character that you can die again yet, right? Because that we haven't explored that angle of being harrowed yet. But also,
Gibbs heavily implied it.
it's not like that's consequence free either. There are some issues with sometimes dead is better. Anytime you go through the hunting ground, it's a rough scene, but that's fine. It doesn't shape your psyche or anything. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
So you're gonna limp towards the door.
Yeah, cautiously looking around.
Towards the marshal's office door with the jester. Okay, yeah, towards the saloon. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's the king seated at the table, hole in his abdomen, pouring whiskey out of it. The two toys in the background, coming down the stairs. That literally, again, one of them has button eyes. The other one's just a teddy bear. I guess it is menacing because they're currently, fluffing down the stairs towards you. But I mean, what are they gonna do, right?
To hell with the king. I think. No. I don't really. Yeah, screw it. I don't really have anything except my gun, so I'm gonna fire. Are they near it? I don't want to shoot them when I'm feverishly trying to aim with my crooked head.
You're fine. You can definitely take a shot without plugging anybody. Nobody's adjacent which is what you have to
Okay.
worry about.
I'm just gonna try to give a shot at the king
Mm-hmm.
with my
You can't
terrible
kill the king,
penalties.
baby.
Goddamn. Hate puppets.
You hate puppets plenty. That'll do it. More
Mm-hmm.
than likely. Let's see here. Boom. Yeah, it does it.
Okay, dragging the damage over
Still
onto.
doing.
Where's he at
It's
on the
6
thing? Is he just
anyway, so
mini-
that's fine. Huh?
Is he just minikin?
He's king, baby.
Oh, there he is. I see him now. Okay. Can I drag it over the combat tracker?
Yeah, you should
I don't
drag
have
it.
the
You
map.
should drag it over him in the combat tracker because there's no
Okay.
map. And we're gonna be doing a lot more theater of the mind as we move to.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use my card. Deadly blow. Play to double the damage on a six. Oh, that's melee attack. If he's a wild card, can I play payback? Play an opposing wild card. Damage causing attacks are made. Never mind. I can't do anything. One wound. I didn't read
Can
those
I?
closely enough.
Can I? No. Can I? No.
No.
I love that
just-
you start to answer the question and then actually read the card and go, "Oh wait, no, I can't." That's the best part about that. All right, here we go. Edward William Henry Somerset.
Indeed. I've finally figured out how my gun works, so I'm going to reload it and take a shot. And since it was not my first action, I won't get my +1 from marksman.
Bully.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, could have used that +1 there. I'm gonna go ahead and reroll that.
I don't know what's going on with you guys' dice tonight.
Mine have been fine, but they're not anymore.
No, I turned it off. I was like, you know what? No. Let's make this one doll that just sits there and goes, "Are you gonna kill me or what?" Like, let's make this just unkillable. Bullets whizzing past it. It's just it's almost like this town's luck has changed.
Yeah.
Maze Rat's gonna go, "Give me a fucking gun." So, 1 second, the king is sitting there. And the next second, the king has launched itself through the air with inhuman speed right towards Edward William Henry Somerset. Literally seated. And then next second, D10 agility. You did not anticipate that when these... maybe this is how they've gotten around and appear to not be moving, is the fact that when they fucking move, oh my god, they move. Right, and he has produced a little tiny king sword. It's got a little gilded hilt, right, and little gems embedded in it, and a little tiny, lethally sharp needle-like blade. And I mean, it's like in the air and leaping. You can see the hole through him, right? Whiskey still dribbling.
Come on, bayonet.
And you parry him away, yes.
Oh,
He lands on the ground, and you would expect from the force at which you battered him away in his tiny frame for him to have gone clattering into the wall, but clearly lands on his feet, like ready for a riposte. Like, uh-oh. So let's see here. Grayson, where are you specifically? You were still outside?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and give me a notice roll? Oh, you lucky son of a bitch. You are fortunately, being alert naturally. You notice the jester, right, that has popped out of the marshal's office and is running up on you with a little tiny dirk. Again, custom made. It looks like, it's like a little tiny child-sized version of a medieval dagger. And he will not get the drop on you as he attempts to stab you.
So I was like as far out as my minimum range would allow.
D10 agility. He snuck up on you. Yeah, that's he got the well. He didn't sneak up on you. He barely didn't sneak up on you. Is what happened there. You saw him at the last second as he came. Yeah, little dagger, just a hit. Hey, you guys were the ones that wanted to stay here and fight the Minikin, who are rolling aces. But I mean, they got D8 fighting. It's 2D4 damage, so it's not.
Casino objectively was opposite of wanting to stay.
Right? Yeah, no, for sure. Oh, you know what?
Personally angry about
They all have these. We're just gonna. I have so many here. GM's gonna spend one. Make him bleed. Come on, here we go, Jester. There we go, Jester. Ah, shaking. That's enough. I just wanted you to feel it. I wanted you to know he was there. All right, Gentry.
Oh. All right. So those toys are still creeping down the stairs.
Yeah,
The king is
yeah.
leapt.
Yeah, the king has leapt. He's on the floor next to Edward, who managed to parry him away with the bayonet on the end of his rifle there. The stuffed animals have barely moved, again, because their pace is not 10. They are different.
I'm going to unload 2 shots, 2 volleys, I guess. So there'll be 2 actions, and that's fine.
Yep.
Nice. Yep. So we're going to blast up the king.
All right.
All right.
Are we dumping all 4 into the king?
Well, we'll see how the bullets land. All right. King 1, blop.
Yeah. Shook.
All right.
Ground next to him. Plow. Tiny little guy. Agile. His little king cape floats behind him in the spot where he just was a moment before, dodging nimbly out of the way. Not nimbly enough for that one. Egads, he says, as he is plugged and falls to the ground. He tries to stand himself up and finally speaks, "For my kingdom, a horse," and he dies.
God save the queen.
What was that? That was 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was all 4. Yeah? Yeah, no? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Excellent. Grayson? The jester is right there, and unless you spend a penny, you are shook by that fact. You are no longer shook by that fact.
All right, so I guess that gesture's like right down at my knees, huh?
Yeah, no, he's right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try carefully not to blow my toes off as I go ahead and do bullet with your name on it.
All right.
And loaded for bear on this little fuck.
All right, so roll the loaded for bear at a +2. Thank you, Red Ketchup.
I'm pulling the hammer back, and the ruins, they get that glow, and the smoke kind of comes off the barrel. Bam!
Tiny little guy, just point blank range, like, go fuck yourself. Ah!
Oh well, somebody thankfully gave me a Benny.
Yeah, it was
Very
already
much Red Ketchup.
already tossed on there for you. So go ahead and drop that one and give her another go. That was with the +2 as well. That was rough. That was the universe just hating you. There you go. You hit the jester.
That happened off screen.
There you go. Boom! You blow one of his legs off, but he seems quite fine with one, unimpeded, almost mocking Prophet with it. Maze Rat number 6 says, "Give me a fucking gun!" The stuffed animals are going to ascend their full movement of 3 steps down the stairs. looking no more menacing now than they did when they started.
I'm sure they got fucking razors hidden in their little limbs or some shit.
Right. It is one of my sessions, right?
We'll find out.
Oh, they get the Joker. Yeah. And they plod down to the base of the stairs, right?
They have a new character sheet in their sleeves.
Right, just ready to go. And they appear to be making a beeline for the king's corpse. Slowly.
Save the king.
Edward William Henry Somerset, you have vanquished the king.
Indeed. Yep. I think I'm going to give a good cry for Victoria, and I am going to bayonet charge them.
But the toys, the stuffed.
Yep.
All right, yeah,
Yep.
fair, yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I can't. I gotta.
Yeah, no. For Victoria! And you whiff terribly.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, no, you literally, with their small and their parry. Yeah.
That's terrifying. Why do they have such a high parry?
No, that little tiny, the ragdoll just kind of gets out of the way, but the stuffed teddy bear deftly is standing on top of your bayonet like it's one of those 70s martial arts films, you know? Just balancing on the end from your sword thrust.
He wants to give you some fabric softener.
He is not attempting to violence you, though. Face is still just the, toy bear eyes with the little same smile. Just. I said, give me a fucking gun! Give him a gun already. Give me one, too. Grayson.
All right, well, since this little fucker's still standing even with one leg, I'm going to go ahead and do the same combo, bullet with your name on it with loaded for bear.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to find him on the tracker right below me.
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
There you go. Potentially. Single wound. I'll let it ride. Or will I? Thank you, senpai. Excellent. Jester's up. Oh, no, he doesn't. No. Don't be silly. From Hell's Heart, he stabs at you, Grayson, that little tiny dirk flashing sinisterly in the dimming light of the growing evening. And I'll be damned if that +2, because you're huge compared to him, bud. It's not hard. It's like you trying to hit an elephant, It's... Aha! 2d4, though. This isn't going to be nothing. We've done this, right? This is fun.
Exploding.
I'm not sure. Shit. Must have nicked that artery on the inside of the leg, Grayson. Oh, that's 2 wounds. Oh, yeah, it's anime spurts.
On the floor.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it just... never mind. Seals right up. 2 wounds and fatigue removed by the second wind adventure card. He instantly recovers up to 2 wounds and all fatigue sustained in this combat. If he is shaken, he is now unshaken as well. Well, in that case, I'm going to spend a Benny to... No, congratulations. Well played. Jester's pissed off, though. Gentry Owens.
I'm going to smash a table.
Yeah?
And I'm going to give those 2 men legs to use as improvised weapons.
Alright, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So, how this actually mechanically works, right, is that you need to roll the attack roll against the table. It has a parry of 2, right? Mm-hmm. And then it has a toughness of 8. So you need to hit a parry of 2, inanimate object, right? So it's just sitting there. So you just basically don't critically fail on your attack roll. And then whatever attack you're using to break the table has to be feasible, firstly, and then secondly has to exceed its damage threshold to break it, so you can actually break the legs off.
All right. So, would I have to use my fighting roll to smash it?
That's one way you could go about it. You could certainly use one of your magical bullets to try and smash it. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can smash a table, right?
Yeah.
You could go get Johnny Prophet, pick him up, and just hurl him into it. You know, hit a dude with another dude.
All right, I'm gonna
As
use my
I'm sailing
fighting.
through the air, can I smash it?
Right.
Punching, like as I'm flying.
Right, and you
Double force.
can hold Billy, and it can be, you know, like a dude whip.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
dude whipping.
Yeah.
I could use the saber of Harlow Gibbs with the rabbit's foot attached to it.
That's true. Yeah, you could definitely hack at that table there, 2 to hit, and then just beat its damage. Toughness 8.
Does that rabbit's foot do anything again?
Gives you an extra Benny.
Oh,
Beginning
take
of
it.
the session.
Oh, we should.
That's right. 2 of you should have that, huh?
Yeah.
There you guys go. That's for a whole month, too.
Yay!
There you go. That's a hit. 8 damage is what we need. Oh, yeah. Sever both legs cleanly. Improvised clubs for the guys.
And take these.
Strength plus D4. Add a -2 to hit because they aren't, they don't have handles and they didn't wrap it in leather. But yeah, still, they have improvised weapons now. Excellent. Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Johnny Prophet. Jester sitting there still.
Yeah. Okay. Now I can appropriately.
Although he
play
is
this.
right next to Grayson, so.
So that would be a penalty to shoot.
No, that just mean if you come up snake eyes on that, or roll a 1 on your, you shoot him.
You know, that's how this game rolls. At least.
Play on an opposing warrior card, do damage attacks and made it a +2 to him. Alright, there you go, yeah. Fuck you, dolls, you finally found your verve. Yeah, so he has played the wild card, or the adventure card, excuse me, Payback. So he plays on an opposing wild card, the Juster Minikin here. And his damage dealing attacks are made it a +2 against him for the rest of the scene. So yeah, +2 on your shoot and roll.
These things.
Yeah, that'll likely do. Let me drag that over him there. Oh, come on. You can do it. Fancy grants, thank you. Yep. Bye. And that's all you need. But he is going to attempt to soak it, so let's see here.
Okay.
That's more. That's not what you needed. He soaks it. Boom.
And I'm gonna hobble away because I don't want him chasing after me.
Right. Alright. Grayson. Up first with the Acen.
So this little thing is still with me, huh?
Yep, Jester's still standing there. Determined little fucker.
I'm gonna try a different tactic here. It's probably not the correct way to go, but I'm just gonna step forward and boot this guy.
Yeah, just drop kick the little one-legged Jester away from you, yeah. Alright, so that is a fighting roll against its parry, right? That is not gonna do parry 6, no. You go to kick it and it just leaps its one leg over your foot.
I missed.
Maze Rat number 6 is gonna run up and he is going to attempt to use his club, which will be called Cutlass, but that doesn't matter. Because he's still rolling the right die for it. And attempt to hit the Jester. Oh my lord, he has rolled a 1, now I roll a d6. And he did not critically fail, thusly clubbing Grayson, hallelujah, but does whiff. Edward William Henry Somerset, there's a teddy bear standing on your bayonet.
I'm going to pull that back. I'm going to take 2 actions.
The first
Befriend
one
him.
is going to be to stab at it one more time.
From Hell's Heart.
I don't like it, and I want it gone. And that's not going to happen this time, but that's
No.
okay.
No.
My second one is, as I pull back, I'm just going to reload real quick.
Yeah, now you stab at it again, and I mean, it nimbly dodges out of the way. Strokes its long white goatee. No, but you get the gist. Johnny Prophet.
Holy heck. Again. Okay. Well,
+2 against the
So-
Jester.
yeah. Suddenly things are starting to go my way, and by thinking that thought, I'm now going to shoot my friend. So,
Yep. That's how this works. I think you have shot more allies than anybody else in the Deadlands campaign.
at least I quickly run up and heal them.
That's true.
So-
Whoops, my bad. Excellent.
Barely.
That's not gonna do it, I am afraid. Because they are small. So it gives them that
I
natural
might as well
6.
use the chip, one of my chips.
No. Fortunately, parry just happens to be the same number as their dodge plus small.
Okay. Let's
Now
try
reroll
right
it.
then. Yep. Here we go.
Tiny little bastards.
Jeez, now I can't.
Bam, bam, bam. Just no.
No, now it's coming after me. I keep limping away.
Uh,
I'm done with this.
Edward, if you want to take another stab at the toys, you can, because they are going to exit your melee to go next to the king.
Absolutely. I'm going to make the... Can I make it a wild attack on a...
Not on a attack opportunity, yeah. Just... no, I mean, you stab with your bayonet again, and it's like you've never used the thing before. I mean, just ducks under it. And they go next to the body of the king and kneel down and appear to be mourning.
Oh, that is kind of sad.
Gentry?
I am going to
I'm so close to just burning this town down.
burst these guys.
The toys?
Yes.
Alright, yeah. No, you're not. Oh, what the shit? Somehow in their mourning, they're like, you're like, you fire an AoE template, and I don't know, they both spin out of the way and just get down on their knees again next to the now smoldering remains of the king. I guess frozen remains of the king. Yeah, there we go. They're hard to hit. They're not that hard to hit, guys. Like, holy hell. I stand corrected, apparently. I mean, wow.
I mean, you got to roll an 8 to hit him.
That's true. That's true, but still, and a 6 to hit him. Well, yeah, a 6 to hit him with ranged. I mean, that's still.
Yeah.
We have guys with D12 shooting. Oh, never mind. Yeah, go back. There we go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's gonna try and burst him again. He dumped 3 bennies into. So we have this thing on people's first characters, right? Where they really tend to dump everything into their one thing, and then for whatever reason they end up being terrible at their one thing. It happened to Jack here, right? He had Artemis, the swordsman, that 5 out of 6 shots just whiffed. Like, it's a curse of the show. I think it's a lore-related curse. But Maze Rat's gonna run up and try and club that, the Jester, because he's got it going on.
Gang up bonus?
I suppose, probably. Yeah, let's give him the gang up bonus. You're right.
Good point.
Even with the gang up bonus. The Jester is gonna try and stab Grayson again somehow. How is this at the very bottom of the combat tracker? I thought for sure. I mean, come on. Oh, and he misses, or does he? No, because the GM still has a fuck ton of bennies. And we're getting on the end of the show. Oh, Lord, don't do that, though. You know what? I'm feeling brutal. Sometimes 2d4 really pays off. Not this
I'll
time
take it.
now. Yeah, you will. Alright. I mean, I could technically spend my last Benny and his 2 Benny. We're trying to get through this. I can't believe this went. Oh, shit. Alright. This time the Maze Rat's gonna do it. Got that Joker bonus on and another 2 on. Even adding the X2 to that for the gang up bonus, he still doesn't do it. That's Johnny, you're up.
Sick of this. I've been backing up. Keep backing up, but back up a little more. And I just look around and...
Good?
Huh?
Because your daddy taught you good? He backing the hell out of there? And you're like,
Yeah,
oh my God?
Keep backing out, and I sit down. I just sit down in the dirt. And I start tinkering with my hand, like my glove. I am just sick of this shit. So this round, I am going to use Gadgeteer, and I'm going to use a little bit of my Ghost Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to reverse polarity on my Fixatronic to knit necrotic flesh and attempt to heal myself with my glove, which is probably just going to not work, but we'll see.
It could be horrific. All right, give me the
That's a
weird
-2.
science. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Weird science at a -2 and my move wound modifiers, but you know, that's
And a trait roll of a natural 1 on the.
Can I use...
Yeah, you can. It's not a critical failure, so you can chip it out.
It's my last. Huh.
Yay! There you go.
Hey.
Excellent. So next round you will be able to utilize your stitching to attempt to heal yourself using healing, which is excellent because you could frankly use it.
Yeah.
Grayson, are you gonna kill this Jester?
I'm gonna do a couple of things.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna do any of them successfully. The new version of Hexslinger allows me to, with my gun, cast a number of spells without penalty. One of those spells is Protection, which only costs 1 power point. So I am going to cast Protection on myself, and I am going to go ahead and use Bullet with your name on it and Loaded for Bear on the last bullet in my Peacemaker to hit this fucking one-legged goddamn Jester.
Now, without penalty, you can cast that spell as a free action.
Yeah, so I can cast Ammo Whammy, Protection, and Deflection all at the same time with no penalties with my Hex gun.
For the power points, yeah.
All right, so I was successful on Protection.
Where is it? Oh, it's... I think it's actually in the Swex version. I will have to program in a Protection, but yes. Thank you, Johnny.
And then I will fire at the Jester.
Yep.
Bullet with your name on it.
Holy hell. We hit him.
Loaded for Bear. I guess that didn't roll onto the guy. I'll try that again. I'm gonna use my Benny.
Ah! Yay! Except for this.
Fuck you and your goddamn fate chips.
Mm. Except for that. Maze Rat's gonna run up and try and club him. What, that +2 from the gang up? I hope these guys sail better than they fight. Edward, William, Henry, Somerset.
+1. 4 marksmen. I am shooting these things.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
It's a 6. That's it. That's it.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm losing my mind over here. If that didn't work, I was pulling out the Gatling pistol.
Actually, you walk out, you say, fuck this woman, fuck her child, set it on fire, it's over. There you go, yeah, you blow up, which one, the teddy bear or the ragdoll?
Teddy bear.
The teddy bear, poof, into a bunch of cotton batting.
And razor blades.
And no, just cotton batting.
It was actually lawful good.
Right, yeah, no, Gentry Owens.
I am going to gang up on Miss Chester.
Just curb stomp him,
And I'm watching these boys have a hard time.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a hard time dealing with Miss Chester.
You see,
And
I
I'm
gave
going-
up.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk over with the sword of Mr. Gibbs, and I'm gonna give it to him. Hard. Hopefully.
Nat 1, not a 1 on the trait roll, Toa. Yeah, sword
Okay.
out, slashing at the jester. The spirit of Gibbs coursing through you. Yeah, it is. And whiff.
Is that with the gang up bonus?
Oh no, you did not apply the gang up bonus here. Here, roll
Oh,
it.
okay.
Roll it again with a +2.
All right.
Although I guess technically at this point +4 because you have him surrounded. There's several of you standing in a circle around him, attempting to kill him now.
It's like Office Space.
Yeah, literally, that was my mental image. Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Now he's just tough 47. No, but he is tough 4. Or 3. He's tough 3. Please spend a penny on that. End him. And put him out of his misery.
No, we need this to go the way of the squat pumps, all proper like.
So I will say that every time I have a big bad at the end of a campaign, right, they go, huh, boom, oh, what was that, right? And then I'm like, all right, I'll throw a couple of spooky dolls at them. And they are like implacable foes from Midnight Horrors. Like, what the fuck
Listen.
is going on?
For the sake of the product,
Yeah.
chat, the team, everyone, I am spending my last penny.
There it goes.
And I'm going to stomp this thing out of existence.
Roll 2.
Whoa,
No.
thank goodness.
I will
There it is.
Ugh.
There it is, except for it has 2 bennies. But that's fine. It's
give
fine.
me
It's
those
done.
pennies. I
It's-
earned it. I'm smashing this jester.
It's done.
What is going on here? Why y'all having such a problem with this jester?
Splort. Now it's just the ragdoll, which is still mourning, by the way. Which is how it's going to spend its turn, sitting there, looking sad next to the body of the king. Maze Rat number 6 says, well, fuck that one too, and runs up and goes to club it to death.
This Maze Rat ends it. I'm going to be upset.
Whiff.
Okay.
More morning.
The,
Shaken morning,
the
in
rag doll
fact.
looks up and
Gentry
grabs the club. Oh,
Right.
you approach me?
grabs the club, just snaps his wrist.
Yeah.
Does this Matrix kick, the camera pans around. Just, no.
Yeah. Is there a gang up on this one as well?
I mean, there is when you get next to it with the dude. Yeah, +2 here.
All right, +2. I'm walking up to...
1. No, well, Gentry,
I'm
no,
not
yeah,
up
yeah,
there. I've got it, yeah.
2, yeah.
What?
2.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, shit, okay.
It's already shaken. It's already shaken.
It is already shaken, so it's a 1, but it still has 1. I mean, like, at this point, I mean, the thing's just sitting there mourning, coup de grace, like, slash, little bits of,
Are
yeah.
these toys really deserving of wild card status?
Yes.
I probably should have said I'm going to slash
That's
more than
fair.
once.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. All right, not one slash.
We have, slain the toys.
Oh, thank God.
The town is quiet, save for the feeling of deep and abiding shame you all feel for the events that transpired this evening.
We will
We
never
know
speak
how everybody
of
got
this.
kidnapped.
Right.
Hiram sits in the dirt, massaging his neck with his touch-o-matic, hoping it will work.
Yeah, go ahead and give me your healing roll.
With the penalty of -3.
Using the healing power. Well, now, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my last chip. Come on. Oh, yeah.
Put. Maybe I should have put it on the neck and straightening mode. But with that, what I assumed was going to be the first third of our show's interlude onto the boat ride, I had all these, like, so there's all kinds of crazy shit that happens when you're riding a boat in the flood, and I spent a week priming myself on, like, the intricacies of that, right? So I could throw some cool narrative events and really streamline things. And then they found that goddamn puppet and wouldn't leave it alone. And as a GM, sometimes you go, that's creepy enough that they'll just fuck off, right? Yeah, that's what'll happen there.
No,
Nah.
surely we would have messed off had we found the girl and the kid. We only went back to town for them.
Yeah,
they weren't dead.
yeah. Now, well, it seemed to me like we're not invested in the girl and the kid was what would have happened there. No, all of a sudden it was my wife and son. Everybody was like, no, I watched her give birth to young Jack. I mean, Billy,
I gave my oath as a knight,
Right.
which I am not, but he believes I am.
Instead, yeah, we got Puppet Master, but that's cool because, who knows where this is going to lead. Certainly to everybody alive and well. But that's our show.
Lead to us sneaking the woman out and leaving.
That's right. Fuck all y'all. We done. You just like kick Billy to her. All right, deal with this. Billy's PTSD. What does this do to a young, barely literate boy? I mean, come on. He ain't never gonna be normal again. He's gonna start cutting up cats and shit. But that's our show. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this madness, come and see us on Friday night in the Post-Apocalypse, where they are running from a dude that was performing autopsies on people and then reanimating their corpses with magical toe tags. And they decided the best solution to that would be to blow up the hospital that is now collapsing behind them in a dramatic task, forcing them to flee as the floors pancake each other like that one highway in San Francisco in 1989. But from the League of Raconteur Explorers to yourself, may your dice always roll hot. Have a good night, folks. Thanks for watching.